So Sonia Sanchez, I've mentioned her to you. I've mentioned her, and honestly, it was one reading. I hadn't even heard of her poetry prior to that. I went to one reading, and all it took was that one, and she like scraped away the box, and I stopped living within it, and I was like, oh, I can be myself, and I can do what I want to do, and there's no limitations to this. So like that one experience with her like shattered my whole perspective on life and allowed me to open up and to find my light. So again, another question. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna answer this, because I didn't necessarily have role models. Like, because I'm a writer, people always were like, and I'm a poet, and people are like, who is your favorite poet? And it's like, I don't really have one. Like, I don't really read other people's poetry. Like, I'm aware of Maya Angelou, but I didn't read all of her stuff. You know, I'm aware of the writers of the Harlem Renaissance, but I didn't read all of their stuff. So it's like I write mine. I don't necessarily read. I did read a lot of fiction, and I do have some favorite authors within that. So maybe them. So that would be Mildred D. Taylor, Sharon M. Draper, Sharon G. Flake. So those were my top three that I really enjoyed reading all of their books. But yeah, that was a hard question for me, because I didn't see anybody doing what I wanted to do to then kind of draw on that. You know, like I've had experiences in radio, so maybe like the Russ Parr in the Morning Show and the Tom Joyner Show. There you go. So those are some. Those are definitely definitely inspirational. But I didn't connect it then as a role model, because I wasn't even going into radio at that point. I just enjoyed listening. I enjoyed the the conversation.
That's what it was. Charlamagne the God.
Oh.
As soon as you said it, I was like, radio, thinking about and confidence, and him in his space and mental health and everything.
Yes,
like that,
I love his growth. So, thank you for being an advocate, Charlamagne the God.
Shout out to you, man.
Yes.
Like you're a role model for greatness. You called yourself the guy, and you lived up to it.
Oh.
So, continually, like, because obviously it's a process that you don't
stop.
Yeah, don't. Basically, like you ain't perfect, mom. But yes, we see the growth, and that's what that God-like greatness is about. That's you tapping into the God in you, the greatness within you.
Yes,
so, yeah.
I love it. But yeah, so I it's still hard for me to answer. And also because no one's really been consistent either. Like, so Sonia Sanchez, I've mentioned her to you. I've mentioned her, and honestly, it was one reading. I hadn't even heard of her poetry prior to that. I went to one reading, and all it took was that one, and she like scraped away the box, and I stopped living within it, and I was like, oh, I can be myself, and I can do what I want to do, and there's no limitations to this. So like that one experience with her like shattered my whole perspective on life and allowed me to open up and to find my light. But yeah, again, like I'm like, does that count? Like
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, that was your example, like, because literally you thought greatness was in a box. And then she shattered it and was like, no, greatness is what you know what I mean? I think that's powerful.
Oh, okay. All right. So Sonia Sanchez. Now when you said your professors, I definitely want to piggyback off of that, because so one, I had done acting when I was in middle school, and you know this, and I had my drama teacher, Miss LaForce, and she so believed in me to the point that she wanted me to play Jasmine in the play Aladdin when I can't sing, y'all. And I'm like, I know you believe in my acting schools, but that's all of the fucking play is singing. No, I'm not gonna embarrass myself like that. That's some soprano notes. No. Exactly. But that's how much belief she had in me for my acting.
She believed you could fly.
Right? I was like, no. I know the limitations. And singing and acting, two different things. But yeah, so I definitely enjoyed that, her belief in me. But also I felt good acting. Like I knew, because I approach writing the same way, like I become the character. So I really enjoy that experience. And then let's see, who else? There's some notable teachers in high school, but I think I'm gonna just go to college.
Yeah, college was for me.
My professor Randolph Walker. He's a writer.
That sounds
too.
familiar. Well, Scripps, right?
Yeah, Scripps.
Maybe I've seen his name around.
He did he was in Scripps. He was in English.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, he did law and literature and some other ones. But I mean, he was a cool guy.
Name sounds great.
And you know what? I acted in a presentation for his class. And I did that shit too.
I could see you being extra.
I mean,
I could just see.
So like group projects, I'm like, let's be creative. Let's play a scene.
They like, let me just pass.
Let's play a scene out of the book, right? And it was a powerful book. I think When She Flew or something like that. But yeah, I acted. So then I think he asked me to come to his office after that presentation, and he was like, basically, what are you doing with your life? And I was like, well, you know, these are my plans. At that time, I think I was thinking radio, but I wasn't sure. Like, I don't think I had been exposed to grad school and therapy just yet. I might have, and I was saying that, and he was like, you need to be on TV. He's like, you need to be seen.
She need to be on YouTube.
Yes. Again, millennial definition. but yeah. And he was like, yeah, you don't need to like hide. You need to put yourself out there.
I agree.
And thank you. And I was like, oh. But like, I know I killed it in that scene. So I'm like, I felt what he was saying. Like, I believed it too. And I was like,
you felt it inside.
Yeah.
As well.
I was like, you right. I am. I need to put my light out there. Yo. Yes. So that was a really great experience. And then also I would say Claudius, our supervisor, our former supervisor for me at our practice.
Current for me, because you know, license is taking forever.
You know. But
COVID. Delays everything.
Yeah. But yeah, like he has so much faith and belief in us, and he's supportive of all of our dreams.
For sure.
Like, I'm so thankful for him. Yeah. But yeah, so I would say that's my role models and mentors, and who taught me to be great. And I would also say gave me the permission to be great.
Ooh. Talk more. Like, or do you feel like you were holding yourself back prior to them maybe acknowledging your own greatness? I
just think, like, society-wise, it's a level of mediocrity. I mean, not to hate, but white people.
I was like, where's she going with this?
I don't mean to hate, but, like, black people are great, and a lot of the oppression blocks us from owning in our greatness.
So, like, a lot of, like, our, like, if left to our own devices, we would have been great in areas naturally.
Yes.
Had it not been for
and that's not just entertainment and artistry, okay? We're also great in STEM. Thank you.
That's so true, because literally those are the forms of advancement that we were allowed to participate in, because they didn't feel like they would be so detrimental to the larger society. Like tap dance for me, entertain me, you know, make me feel comfortable, blah blah blah. Like that's the level that they thought it would be.
I mean, look at the NBA too. Like what they were doing prior. It was all white and
it was all whack.
I'm just saying. Put some black people on the scene, we tore that court up.
Shit.
I'm just saying.
It made it into a billion, damn near it probably is almost $1 trillion, almost getting up there. Because every year they make so much goddamn money. There's so much money that flows through the NBA. It'll get up to $1 trillion soon if it ain't.
But yeah, so like honestly, and that's why they've shut us down, because they see it too, and they know that they ain't doing the same thing. So that's the only way that they can be great. Yeah. For a lot of them, not all, but for a lot of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that part.
That's true. But the oppression part, for sure. Just you aren't in your natural state to be great. You're like, so any steps towards advancement gets taken down immediately. So then you might be wary of trying things. You know?
And that part, like, that was something Black parents taught their children.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, hide, shush, don't be acknowledged. We don't want them to know you're great, because then they'll
take it out.
Yeah. And they'll fucking snuff that shit out, you know?
I mean, even intelligence. Reading? You know how to read?
Exactly.
Punishment.
Yeah.
You gotta hide your damn intelligence.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like, a lot of our greatness has not been allowed. And even in the sense of, so like, you had the activists of the 60s, right? Mm-hmm. So my parents were born in 56. So by the time I'm born, they're on the let's not rock the boat. Like, we got the Civil Rights Act, let's not rock the boat. So it was also this, again, mediocrity. It's not shining to our fullest potential, you know? So yeah,
that's true. Alright, let's get to the next question.
Alright. Hey, it's the Real Family. It's your girl Rocky.
And your boy Elsa.
And thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell.
Right, because subscribing and hitting that notification bell does two very important things. One, it gives you notification on our new content and make sure that you're up to date on everything that we put out every week.
Every week.
You know, every week.
Every week.
And then number two, it helps your boy and your girl out with some money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it honest.
It's so real, baby.
But in all seriousness, this is just like the video portion, the YouTube portion of our content. We are It's So Real podcast. So we have all these episodes just waiting for y'all on how many platforms?
11 different streaming platforms.
11.
So it's up to you to choose.
Yeah, there's no excuses. We on everything. So whatever platform you're most comfortable listening to stuff, your content on, we're right there for you. So look us up. It's So Real Podcast.
And our link tree is available on our YouTube channel. Go over there, find the platform that works best for you, subscribe to our podcast, and hear the full thing, because we have a lot more to say than what shows up on our YouTube channel.
Exactly. With that being said, check out the rest of our videos while you're here.
You know? And be sure to subscribe.
Alright, y'all. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
And love.
Always.